All right, come here. Let me break this down super clearly. We're all in understanding because it's important. What you see on this board is very, very classically important. You have two options as a coach or as somebody who wants to make online digital buckaroos or fun coupons. Info plus AI or AI taking your info. Let me explain. Traditionally, you would be selling info or digital products as a standalone thing. It's its own gig. It's its Elvis, and it comes with a guitar, and that's about it. You put on the performance, everyone loves it, they pay for it beforehand, you make your money, you get out. Metaphor aside, that could look like a course, a community membership, great MRR on that. You have an audience, you know how to funnel them in, and they keep paying. And most of all, most importantly, they get value. That's what it all comes down to. Now, people don't want to spend a lot of time thinking. People are intuitively lazy and getting lazier. Attention span links to that innately. You can't avoid that conclusion. People will do their best to say otherwise. They're like, I have intense ADHD that makes every other part of my life difficult, like maintaining long term loving relationships. But hey, I can multitask at work. You can, but the work you're producing is probably, for all sakes and purposes, pretty shite. And there's no avoiding that reality. Now, of course, there's outliers, but there's always going to be outlier. You cannot avoid outliers. They're going to be present regardless. One in a few cases. How many Elon Musks are there compared to how many Jack Ma's there are in the world? Now, info and AI means you're going to take an info product, your experience, the money you've made is the social proof, the cars you've driven, the nice Richard Millies you have, and the millies you've made. That's your social proof. Your experience is your info. Now, where does AI come in? The problem that most gurus, coaches, or digital product innovators like myself don't realize is that AI is coming for everyone's job, not in the way you think. In this specific case, for coaches or info influencers, as I like to say, double X info, their main concern is that people are going to have an easier time communicating with an AI that's always available that knows everything they know. Now, no matter how much Alex Hormozi, as much as I love the guy and everything he's contributed to the business space, no matter how much he tries to lock it all in behind an offer, he will never be able to avoid the fact that every single one of those books, playbooks that he's produced, $100 million leads, $100 million offers, $100 million sales, and all the playbooks attached with his latest big info event that he did a couple months ago. He included an AI in there. Now, on Hormozi's end, that's a genius business move. In fact, it's incredible. But the problem is that he doesn't realize that Notebook LM exists too. And me, as somebody who likes to go the nomad route and avoid the typical you got to pay for it to get it. Hacking is just so much easier. And I don't mean hacking like typing up something on the computer and all of a sudden these numbers pop up and you got access to the crypto wallet. No, 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 no. Hacking their strategies against them. I would go on Reddit, look for all the PDFs, download them for free, and upload them to Notebook LM and get the exact same AI that's referencing the knowledge and is using one of the Gemini models from Google, albeit not as good as Claude, hence the orange, and utilizing the info to my specific use case. Everything that Hormozi tries to train in a 5K offer product, I just got for free, minus a Google Workspace subscription. What, $20 a month? You kidding me? Come on. The decision there is super clear. In this case, Mr. Hormozi is sitting in a nice in between. He's got me using AI to take his info. Is it legal? Yes. There's no avoiding this. And you can't sue me because you'd actually be suing the AI companies that allow it. We're entering a very interesting infringement, copyright, trademark issue space. Look what OpenAI is doing with Sora. You see all these reels, you think any of this stuff is acceptable compared to how tough copyright really is? No, it isn't. People are still doing it. What are you going to do? Go through each edge and use case and Get everyone who's ever uploaded an AI video to go to court? Or are you going to sue the massive companies that are not going to slow down no matter what you put in front of that moving train? Good luck with that one. Have fun being a lawyer if you're studying for one. Moving on, you have to get info plus AI, which means if you're going into the influencer space, if you're going to be somebody selling a digital product, if you don't have AI involved in some degree, your info will end up in the AI's hands regardless. Just to make it clear, get to the screen. Look at these two very clear, let me fix one thing. Look at these two very clear explanations. You only have these two options. Either AI takes your info or you use info and AI. No in between. Electricity is not going to magically go off the grid, and Nvidia is not going to shrink by market cap anytime soon, if ever. What does that mean for you, dear viewer? It means that if you are going into digital products and you don't want to go the YC-backed route because maybe you didn't do so well in school, maybe you don't have the credentials for it. Either way, I think that YC funds a lot of useless companies as well, and they know it, but they're spreading out their chances. They want to see what's going to strike and what's not. Let's say I'm Alex Hormozi, and I uploaded all my info into my specialized AI that only people that paid 5K, 6K for the package will have access to. And then I see some kid on Reddit having his own NotebookLM instance doing the exact same thing, and not just that, providing better answers than my model is. Well, I'd be like, hey, that's not all right. I'm not okay with that. And then a year later, I see OpenAI or Grok or Gemini or Claude, any number of these companies doing the same thing. As in, if I type in using Alex Hormozi's techniques, in quotes, using Alex Hormozi's techniques, help me analyze my business functions based on everything you know and all the discussions we've had, then me as a user, I'm getting Alex Hormozi level consultation without paying for Alex Hormozi pricing. And me, as the other me, as in Alex Hormozi me, I'd be like, hey, what the fuck, Google or OpenAI or Grok or Claude? This is not okay. Why did you train your models on my info? I'm going to sue you guys. Really? You're going to sue the massive AI providers whose models are just going to be getting better and better? These models take a lot of their context from social media spaces, and people's need for freedom and access to free info will just grow higher and higher and higher. And because of this, these AI models are just going to get better and better at including that in their training material, which means everything that Hormozi used to train his AI is going to be in the training used by all of the major players. My decision as a consumer is, should I pay for the €20 per month subscription to Claude, Grok, Gemini, and just ask it to use Alex Hormozi techniques and thinking? Or should I pay for the 5K offer for an AI system? Oh, that's a tough one. Which will it be? Overall, I think this is a net positive for the world. There's always net negative or net positive, but listen closely. These two statements are extremely important because they will help you cater your offer to your clientele. What you will realize is that info doesn't just mean info products. It means lawyers, doctors, regular business consultants like Deloitte. They're using AI in almost all their operations now because they understand as big players they need to set the standard, and they have access to the financial resources to do so. It's us, the smaller leagues, people playing in a smaller ballpark, that have the real cash-making opportunity, that don't have any grievances to put up with investors who are unhappy with this year's returns. We're the ones who can make the most out of this golden era of money making. Call it Midas touch. Funny, the word Midas has A and I. Intelligence artificial. Midas. That would be a good name for a company. Unfortunately, I believe the Midas AI domain is taken. I digress. You get it now? You get what this is all about? My suggestion, get access to Claude, bankrupt yourself if you have to, and no, this is not financial advice, but get it. win and make info and AI products. Use your experience in the working market to benefit the world. But don't forget, if you're not the guy with AI in your business, you will always fall behind the people that are. These are the new terms to the game. And no matter how much you push for legislations, how much you protest outside, AFTRA or whatnot, it won't matter. Because at some point, AI will make a movie that's so good, even Robert De Niro will stand up out of his chair like he's still in his 30s. Robert, you're great. Amazing films. Just trying to really push on this point. You have two options: info and AI, or AI takes your info. Choose carefully. And as always, good luck. You'll need it.